Your one click on the subscribe button makes a huge difference. Thank you for your kind support.
Boyce was always a shapeshifter in the Lost Lands. This wasn't something Gray Alys created, but rather a secret she recognized from their very first meeting. The film carefully lays breadcrumbs about Boyce's true nature throughout the story, creating a clever twist when his identity is finally revealed. From the beginning, there are subtle clues that Boyce isn't quite what he seems. When Gray Alys first meets him in the tavern, she's specifically looking for a guide who knows the Lost Lands, but her true mission, finding a shapeshifter, suggests she may already suspect something about him. One of the earliest hints comes during their journey when Boyce shows a supernatural understanding of the Lost Lands. He points out the shimmering lights in the sky, telling Gray Alys, "See the way the lights shimmer and shift? You can see shapes in them if you look long enough." When she agrees they're beautiful, he responds meaningfully, "I knew you'd see. We're alike, you and I. In our blood." This cryptic statement is our first real clue that Boyce has a deeper connection to the supernatural world. The film reveals more about Boyce's comfort with the Lost Lands when he explains why he travels there. He says a part of him only feels at home here, listening to the wind and watching the shadows. This connection to the wilderness suggests he belongs there in a way ordinary humans don't. Later, when facing shadow creatures in the mountains, his knowledge of their weaknesses further hints at his supernatural understanding. The connection between Boyce and the shapeshifter, Sardor, becomes clearer as they near Skull River. When they arrive at Skull River, Gray Alys notes how many people Sardor has killed, and Boyce subtly confirms this by saying, "Everyone that's come against him." He knows the shapeshifter's den intimately. When Gray Alys asks about silver weapons, Boyce already knows they're useless against the shapeshifter, showing insider knowledge no ordinary hunter would possess. The full reveal comes when Gray Alys confronts Boyce directly, saying, "I think he's very close now, Boyce." When he tries to stall, she calls out his deception. "There was never any Sardor. Only you." In this powerful moment, Boyce's dual identity is confirmed. He is the very shapeshifter they've supposedly been hunting all along. His outrage is not at being discovered but at being betrayed, as he believed Gray Alys truly cared for him. What makes this revelation more complex is that the Queen already knew Boyce was a shapeshifter. In her scenes, we learn Boyce is her secret lover and the father of her child. The Queen's request to Gray Alys for the power to become a beast was likely motivated by her desire to be like Boyce, to share his power and nature. This adds another layer to Gray Alys's manipulation, as she knew from the beginning who Boyce was and his connection to the Queen. When Boyce later confronts Gray Alys after his resurrection, she confirms she always knew his identity, saying, "I knew you were the Queen's lover." Gray Alys didn't transform Boyce. She simply exploited his existing shapeshifter nature to fulfill the Queen's wish while simultaneously setting in motion the revolution that would transform the city. The film never shows or suggests that Gray Alys gave Boyce his abilities. Instead, it presents him as someone born with this nature, who has lived a dangerous life in the Lost Lands, keeping his identity secret from most of the world except those closest to him, like the Queen. His shape-shifting ability is intrinsic to who he is, making Gray Alys's betrayal even more personal. She didn't just exploit a gift she gave him, but his very identity and nature.